what is the Paintbrush Top Change? I happen to have this handy dandy little whiteboard, um, just so I can go over the steps with you guys. So we're going to be learning the move, and I am going to quickly do a quick demonstration. It says performance on here, but it's more of a demonstration. So let's go ahead and do that. Basically, you're going to take the Queen of Diamonds and you're going to turn it face down, just like that. But the magic's already happened. The switch has already happened. So obviously, we are going to learn the move. And by the end, you'll be able to just change a card, no setup, and just make it look natural. You are going to learn the tips and tricks, basically the angles, spectator management, audience management, all that good stuff. Because this is angle sensitive. The fourth one, it says CR. It's not really. I kind of messed up the letters there. It's not really supposed to be R. But if you want to know what that stands for, stick around to the end, and we will learn that. Alright guys, so this is the breakdown of the Paintbrush Top Change. You can either swap out the spectator's card, or you can make it change into a different card. And basically, once again, it looks like you're just turning it face down, and it changes. So here's what's happening. We'll switch the cards. We'll take the 2 of spades, right? You're going to get a break under that top card, and you're going to put the 2 of spades face up. Then what you're doing, and this is the exposed angle, this is the angle you do not want the spectators to be at, because what you're doing is that move, and it changes. And that is the worst possible angle. If you have people to your right, I would advise not performing this. To the front, it's not that bad. It just looks like you're taking the card and putting it down. To the left, obviously your left hand is going to block off the move. And then behind you, I'm not going to really show it, but it still looks clean. So the only bad angle is to your right. And yeah. So you want your audience to be in front of you. And if they're a little bit more to your right, you can always angle yourself a little bit. Because anybody over here is fine. Over here, if I can keep my hand on my camera. And yeah. So what you are going to do is, if you've learned the paintbrush color change, this is basically that, just more deceptive and more what have you. So there's the paintbrush color change. This is the paintbrush top change. So basically, you're doing the same movement, but you don't want to do this movement and then turn it. That might happen, and you just want to hurry up, do one quick motion with the card, because you are going to be separating it like that. But in one quick motion, and I just messed up there. So be careful of that. But in one quick motion, you don't want to linger any more than that. And I grabbed 3 cards, apparently, without realizing that that's actually a really cool way to do it. Get 3 cards, and you have one face down, one face up. But the main purpose of this is to make it look like you're taking a card and you're turning it face down. So that is the breakdown. Here's my whiteboard again, or my dry erase board, I should say. So we kind of have gone over the whole tips and tricks. You can also manage your audience. You can also make up the whole thing of, hey, this trick won't work properly if I have people sitting over here, so I need you to move. You need to be able to handle your audience. So once again, you're going to do this, but instead of continuously doing that, you are going to do one quick motion, and it changes into a different card. Boom, just like that. Alright, so now you guys are ready for the final step, because we've gone over learning the move, and I did the small demonstration. By the end of it, you should know how to manage your audience, the angles, which again to the right you don't want people to, and no setup, you'll be able to change the card. So let's get into what the fourth one is. The fourth one is, I was going to do this in a separate video, a separate tutorial, but you are going to learn a really cool card trick that utilizes the Paintbrush Top Change. And I'm just going to give you the tutorial. I'm not going to do a performance. Basically, you are going to have two different spectators pick two separate cards, the 2 of hearts and 9 of hearts in this case. You are going to control both of them to the top. The easiest way to do that is to have one spectator put it in the middle, get one last look at it, and then do a version of the pass, and it's now on top. And then in order to get this selection on top of here, you are going to do this triple packet false cut, and I'll leave links in the description below, and you have them put it on here, and then you do this. And for the second thing, I like to do the double undercut. So they're now both on top. Now what you're going to do is you're going to swing cut over and catch a pinky break. And you're going to tell the spectator that you're going to keep your hand angled down. And just casually be like this. And you're going to say, I'm going to go through the cards, and I'm going to try to feel the temperature of the cards to see if I can find your card. And what's going to happen is the cards are going to naturally break at that point. You want to use your index finger to keep pushing at the cards so as not to make it so obvious. You're just going to go through until you get to that break. And then you say, okay, I feel like this is the card here. Is this one of your cards? And as you toss it down or you show it to them, you're going to do a wrist kill, and you're pushing over the top card. So you're just doing that. And I thought I got a break under 2 cards. Just pushing over, catching a break. But you're doing it as you're distracting them with this first card, and you're doing a wrist kill, getting a break under the top card. So you say, okay, we are going to utilize this card to find the other spectator's card. And this is where you do the move. You do the Paintbrush Top Change, and you put it there. I like to then swing cut, spread, and this is already switched. It's the 9 of hearts now. So you say, I'm going to go over like this. You're going to tell me when to stop. Let's say they say stop here. You ask them what card they're thinking of. They say the 9 of hearts. They think you're going to flip this card over. Boom. A miracle is at your hands. Okay, so I'm going to go over that really quickly, and then I'm just going to go through the motions so that I don't bore you guys. So 4 of diamonds, 9 of clubs. Put the 4 of diamonds into the middle, get one more peek, do a version of the pass, and then you do this triple swing, or not triple swing false cut, this triple packet false cut, have them put it in the middle, get one more peek at it, and then do the double undercut, and they are both on top. And you swing cut over, talk about how you're going to feel the temperature of the cards. Use your index finger to keep pushing at the cards till you get at that break. And you say, okay, I feel like this is one of the cards. Is the nine of clubs one of your cards? You risk kill, get the break under the other card. You say, we're going to use this card to find the other spectator's card. Do the top change, not like that. You just take it and you say, okay, we're going to use that card to find the other card. You just go over and they say stop wherever. Say right here. What's your card? 4 of diamonds. They think you're going to flip this card over. Boom. It's changed. And that's just a way to utilize the Paintbrush Top Change. I hope you guys enjoy that. And so, if you want more moves, such as the Paintbrush Top Change or that temperature change card trick, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely do that. And yeah, utilize it, have fun with it. Make sure to manage your audience appropriately. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out the playlist that I leave on the end screen. I will see you over in the end screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.